Hello friends, I welcome you all to this online session on English compulsory paper. In the last few sessions we were discussing model number 1 part A, that is interview skills, and as we have decided in the last session, this will be the last session on this model 1 part A because we have already discussed all the topics, all the subunits, all the essential things from this model number 1 part A. Only one part that we yet uh, have to discuss, that is model interview. So in this session we will continue with the model interview. We will read the model interview and then we will try to relate it with the things we have already learned in the last few sessions. So see, this is model number, this is your textbook. I have already posted it on your telegram group, so you can have it in your mobile also and you can read the unit. So see, we have already discussed all these things. Preparation for interview, we discuss all these things in the first session, I think. Facing an interview, winning strategies, we learn under this title. Then some don'ts as the time of interview, we learn what should we avoid at the time of interview. Do's and don'ts, we do all the things. So task one, see the task one we haven't discussed earlier. So task one is answer the following question in 7 to 8 sentences. That is, write a note on the preparation for job interviews. What are the important winning strategies for interviews? How can the information about the company organization be useful to you at the time of interview? And what are the don'ts that you have to avoid at the time of interview? I have discussed all the answers of these questions, and in the examination you are supposed to write an interview instead of such kind of questions. You are supposed to write an interview, so focus on that. But all these things are very important. When you understand the answers of all these things, then only it is possible for you to answer the answer into the examination about the actual the question about the actual interview. Then personal traits we learn, and in the last session we have also, last 2 or 3 sessions I think, I have invested on these personal traits, personal qualities of a good candidate. Essential qualities we learn about mental alertness, critical power of assimilation, balance of judgment, clear and logical exposition, variety and depth of interest, leadership qualities, intellectual and moral integrity, persistence in the adverse conditions. We have discussed all these things. I have even prepared a PPT on all these things and discussed with you in detail about all these qualities of essential qualities of a good candidate. Then avoid job hopping, we discuss this. Loyalty issues, we discuss initiative, teamwork, ability to work collaboratively, we discuss effective speech, confidence, manners. We discuss all these things in detail in the last sessions. In interview questions we have three types of questions: closed questions, open questions, and hypothetical questions. Closed questions, that they want extra information about you, and it is yes and no type of questions, not more than that. The open questions about the subject knowledge, validate your subject knowledge, they ask you open questions. And hypothetical questions were used to judge your critical power of assimilation, your decision making, your leadership quality. Hypothetical questions were asked, or your persistency in your efforts to solve the problem. Such type of questions were used. Then see the task 2, answer the following questions in 7 to 8 sentences each. Which are the essential personality traits required in the job seekers? Last 3 sessions we were discussing the answer of this question. Which type of questions are generally asked during interviews? I discussed with you the three types of questions. One is closed type of question, second is open type of question, and third is a hypothetical question. Closed type of question is just to know extra information about you. Open question is validate your subject knowledge. However, hypothetical questions judge your critical power of assimilation, your passion, commitment, your alertness judged with a hypothetical questions. Then we also discuss about the answering important interview questions. See, tell me something about yourself, introduce yourself. We learn that many times it happens with us that we don't think about ourselves, or we were not prepared about this question, and we very vaguely or shallowly we discuss this question. So you should focus your strengths when they ask you about the question. Very diplomatically you should convince them, I am the good candidate for this interview. Then what are your greatest strengths, as I told you, and these strengths should be from the requirement of a job. You should show that. Then why should we employ hire you? These direct questions may be asked to you by the panelist. That is also a very tricky kind of questions. You should be able to answer that. Then, what do you know about our organization? I told you that you should gather the information about the organization. You should visit to the website and you should try to learn about the organization, because they may ask you the question about this progress of the company, progress of the institute. They may ask you about the administrative structure of the institute, and you can accumulate all this sorry all these information from the website of the concerned institute. Then how do you handle stress work at workplaces? I told you that this is also very important matter today, that you should be able to handle your stress. You should not get frustrated with the adverse conditions. You should be calm, quiet and confident about your strengths. So this is also a tricky question. What critical feedback do you most often receive? I told you this is also a very tricky question, and you should be very clear about that. You should show that it, though you are giving your critical feedback, it should be your strength. So you may say that my weakness or my critical feedback is I am very particular about smaller things in the project. So this weakness may appear as a your strength. So this is what the tricky question, and this is what a tricky answer to it. Then what is your great achievement? So you should tell about your great achievement. So what are your salary expectations? I told you that you should not speak directly about your salary expectations. You can simply or humbly say that I humbly believe that your company can pay me what I am worth. This is what is uh, the answer. Then what are your hobbies and interests? I told you, don't fool them about your hobbies. Don't tell that I am interested in reading and you don't know a single title of a book. So this should not, you should not do that. What is your hobby? You should tell them. If you like cycling, tell them I like cycling. And then they may ask you the international players of a cyclist, or they may ask you who is the winner of a cycling for the last season of for the nation. You may, or who get the Arjuna award of who cycle, what is the name of cyclist who get Arjuna award last year. So such a kind of question may appear. So don't fool them about your hobbies. What is real, you should tell them. Then how do you go about solving problems? I told you all these things. So we have completed all these section already, and only this point, that is a model interview, we are supposed to learn in this session. And after that we will complete, or we will declare that this particular module is over. So let us see. We will read this interview actually. See, here is an example of a full job interview for the post of regional manager of a private company located in Pune. Study the question and answer carefully. See, candidate, may I come in, sir? I told you, manners are very important. You should ask permission to come in. Many times, as we are nervous, we become a panic. Immediately, we open the door and enter into the interview room and sit on the chair. So don't do that. Be conscious. Ask permission to come in. Then chairman will say you, yes, please come in. Candidate, good morning to you all, sirs. This is very important. Sirs and madam, if madam is there, if a lady panelist is there, you should also mention madams there, madam or madams there. So wishing to the panelist is also very important. That shows your manners and etiquettes, and that also reflects on your personality. So this particular point you can see. First conversation: may I come in, sir? Yes, please come in. Good morning to all, sir. Good morning, Mr. Patil, please take your seat. Then you should say thank you, sir. As I told you, thank you, sir, please, uh, I beg your pardon, sir. Such kind of expressions we should use at the time of interview. That shows your positivity, that shows your communication skills, that shows your manners and etiquettes, and it automatically reflects on your good personality. See then, introduce yourself, Mr. Patil. So this may be most probable or the first question asked by the interview panelist. Understand that we will read the response of this candidate. See, in this response, what is important? Important is your strength, your qualification is important, your strength is important. Introduce yourself means you should not tell about your family and friends. You should not tell about your prospective plans about your life. You should tell about strengths. You should tell that you are the good candidate for this job. See the response of this candidate. Hello, sirs. I am Prafulla Patil. My native place is Sangli. My qualification is BA, MBA. I passed BA in English in the year 2012 from Willingdon College, Sangli. I completed MBA from Sinhagad Institute, Pune in 2014 with first class distinction marks. I stood first in BA English from Shivaji University, Kolhapur in 2012 and won the merit prize of the university. See, this is the strength that you should highlight when you are introducing yourself. Then after completing of MBA, I joined Sumed Industries Pune. You should focus on your interest. You should focus on your strengths. You should focus on your experiences. Since the last 3 years, I have been working as a division manager in that company. See, all these things you can understand are the strengths of the candidate, the qualification of the candidate, experience of the candidate, and he is focusing, he is highlighting all these things. You should convince to the panelist that you are the best candidate for the job. So this is what is expected when an interview or chairman asks you introduce yourself, Mr. Patil. Then chairman: why did you decide to go for MBA degree after BA English? So you should think about all these things. Many times it happens with us, we never think about that. Basically, we go for MBA, even we go for BA. I took BA English or I took BA Marathi because my friend go for BA Marathi, my friend go for my elder brothers also completed his BA from BA Hindi. For that I opt BA Hindi. So such a kind of questions, such a kind of answers were not expected from you there. There should be a systematic answer for this question. So when a question is asked, why did you decide to go for MBA degree after BA English? You should say, I wanted to follow the less trodden path, sir. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to pursue a professional career. It was my strong desire to do a career in a business management. So I did MBA. So see, it suggests that candidate is very clear about his job, about his career, and therefore he has opted the degrees as per his objectives. So this is what the right answer to the question, why did you decided to go for MBA degree after BA English? Then interviewer: you said your native place is Sangli. Would you tell us for what Sangli is famous? We This is a question that always we face as an yorker ball, that or we never think about it, that what is the speciality of the place where I am living. We never think about it. So think about that. Wherever, if you are living in Palus, you should think about the locality. You should know the famous points, famous destinations at your places, near your places, and you should prepare your answer. So this is also a very tricky kind of question asked by the interview panelists. So then see, candidate, sir, Sangli is a district place and it is well known for its turmeric market. Sangli Krishi Utpanna Bazar Samiti takes lead role for its auction. Once in a year, auction of a turmeric is organized on a large scale in presence of a farmers, merchants, and directors of this cooperative society. So this is also a very important thing to note. And when we think about this, just a moment, I will show you the actual interview. So see, sir, Sangli district is a place and it is well known for its turmeric market. Sangli Krishi Utpanna Bazar Samiti takes lead role for its auction. Once in a year, auction of a turmeric is organized on a large scale in the presence of farmers, merchants, and directors of this cooperative society. So this is the speciality of a Sangli, and you should highlight it. You should be able to highlight this. You should think about it. You should prepare your answer, and then only it is possible for you to make to take give the answer. Then see, how do you know in a detail about the turmeric? Uh, just a minute. Okay. So, how do you know in detail about the turmeric auction? So, this is what they will ask you. So, the answer is, my father owned a trading shop. He purchased and sold turmeric in Sangli market yard. I used to watch it closely during my holidays, but I have no interest in my father's shop. So I joined an administrative job in the companies. So this is what your answer should be. So see, the next question, why did you leave your last job? Answer is, sir, it is the word challenge which I always try to chase. Now, sorry, word challenge which I always try to chase. Now I am in search of a new challenge and a new avenue. I failed. I wasn't able to show my talent in the earlier job. I am looking for a job that perfectly suits my qualification and talent. So you can see that every answer of the candidate is focusing, is locating, is situating, is hinting that you are a good candidate for the interview. And you should hammer it again and again. Then only it is possible for you to uh, do or think in this way. Then see, chairman, what is your opinion about the present economic recession and the crisis situated in the industry market? What will be your strategies to tackle the situation? This is the direct question asked to you. So you should be aware with the situation. You should aware with the recession in the market. And then only it is possible for you to answer the question. So what is the answer? See, we will read. Sir, I believe that recession is a period of a temporary economic decline during which trade and industrial activities slow down. It is generally identified by a fall in GDP in two successive quarters. During such a crisis, I believe in teamwork and more hard work and dedication. If we can raise an emergency fund, we can easily overcome this crisis. So, this is what the positivity in your answers. You should be very positive about everything, about every situation. You should be, your answer should be a positive one. You should show your positiveness towards the problems, towards the situation, uh, like economic recession and all. Then let me ask you one thing, why should we employ you? So this is question. See, Here you should highlight your strengths. See, sir, it will be a great and rare opportunity for me to serve in your esteemed institution as a regional manager. I humbly do believe that a good communication skills are my best strengths. See, strengths are highlighted here. I also know market strategies well. I am ambitious. I have always set myself high goals on par with my skills and training. One of my greatest qualities is that I can always maintain cool and don't let pressure to get to me. It helps achieving my goals and stay focused. See, you should use such kind of I am ambitious one, or one of my greatest quality is that, or see, I humbly believe that good communication skills are my best strengths. So such kind of expressions you should use when an interviewer asks you the question, let me ask you one thing, why should we employ you? So this is what is important one. Then chairman, what are your strengths? See, directly the questions were asked. What are your, you have already highlighted it. So see once again, I am punctual person. I always arrive early and complete my work on time. I always give priority to sincerity in my work. I consider myself to be a team player. When I work, I always take initiative. If I see something that needs to be done, I don't wait for instructions. I just do it. For me, work is worship as it gives energy to work more. Understand this answer. This is a very important answer. You can see the strengths were highlighted very well. I told you that you are a product in the market and you want to sell yourself to them, this interview panel. So you should make the advertisement effectively. So you should use all these kind of expressions. See there, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? See, candidate will answer. I This question is a tricky one. If you are overconfident, you may exaggerate your situation. But instead of that, see what should be the answer. I look forward to learn new skills and improve my knowledge to advance in my career. In 5 years from now, I see myself more skilled and innovative with in-depth knowledge of the company and also possibly on a higher position. See, it is also possibly on higher position. He is not saying that I am joining here as a regional manager and I will be in a general manager of a company within a 5 years. So this can be an overconfidence, and this is what your confidence is. The answer shows your confidence. Then, what are your salary expectations? As I told you, you should not tell your salary expectation. See, sir, right now I am keen to know more about your esteemed company, the culture here, the work environment, detailed requirements for this job and such things. Basically, I want to know what kind of opportunity for growth I will get here. So here you are focusing on your career. You are not focusing on the salary. I believe that salary should be as per the company norms, and whatever the company norms are, you will give me. So, however, I think it will be more than my previous salary, and this is again a point we added, that what I have gaining the last job, probably this may be a higher one. Then, all right, Mr. Patil, we shall let you know within a week. So, this is what the last remark by the chairman. So, you should say, okay, sir, thank you very much, sir. Have a nice day. And after wishing this, you should leave the interview hall. So, this is what the model interview is. So, we have completed this uh, module number one, part A. These are the exercise I will suggest you go through it. It is not a very difficult one, it is a very simple one, easy one, uh, and try to answer it when the actual teaching learning sessions will begin. We will have a one tutorial on this exercise. So if it is possible for you, you can have it for a tutorial one. uh, ex, uh, for tutorial 1 you should solve this exercise. So we will stop here, continue the same in the next session. Thank you for listening.